Good morning to all of you. This video is intended for the jurisprudence students. Friends, in this video, I am going to tell you the conceptual jurisprudence, the concept of rights and duties. The concept of right and duties. What is a right? You all know the definition I told you at the class. Eyring's definition. Right is a legal interest protected by the law. Fundamental rights, for example, right to equality, right to freedom of presence, they're all rights. Right? Then duties. Duty, please remember, it's an obligation. Before proceeding further, I always say, law creates rights, duties, and obligations. So, rights and duties, they are correlative. In the class I explained, sometimes they need not be correlative because rights to God. So there may be no duty. Duty to God, there may be no right. Likewise, but normally please remember, so rights and duties are correlative. Right? So this video will help you to find out the relationship between the rights and duties. Right? So please remember, according to Salman, the definition of right is an interest recognized and protected by a rule of legal justice. So Eyring's definition is almost accepted by Salman also. Different people, then they have given different definitions. Right? Then rights are two types, right in rem and right in personam. What is right in rem? I told in the law of torts also. Right in rem means right against the whole universe. Suppose if you purchased a house, if you are the owner of a house, it restricts the entry of any other without your permission, because the whole universe is not expected to come and visit your house as and when they like. They have to take permission. Otherwise, they will be trespassers. This is right in rem. Right in personam. Persona means persons. So right against only certain persons. For example, you have got a house. You give it for rent. Right? Every month you have to go for nowadays the phone pay and others have come. Previously it was not like that. Every month you have to go and collect the money. Suppose in your place, if somebody goes, will that man give? No. You have got exclusive right to collect the money. You are the person. Of course, you can send your designee also, maybe your brother-in-law or somebody. So this is the difference between right in rem and right in personam. Please remember. And there are certain relative duties. Relative rights also. Let us understand first the perfect and imperfect rights. They are also important. Perfect right, definitely there will be a solution. So suppose you give money to another person and he executes a promissory note. If he does not pay back the money within 3 years, definitely you have got a perfect right to institute a civil suit against him. Law of torts, imperfect rights. Suppose if anybody wrongfully or gives you the so-called false imprisonment, so it may be proved or may not be proved. Even proved, the court may not give the so-called required compensation as you wished. This is because it is imperfect rights. And here I want to caution you, legal rights and moral rights. Moral rights are not at all enforceable. Of course, the society or the religion will control you by moral rights. But legal rights, definitely, they will protect you. Freedom of right, freedom of expression, then freedom to practice any profession. Yes, after studying law, you can practice. That is your right, is it not? Now coming to the duties, please remember. So the duties, please remember, state should enforce. So Article 51A, if you study that, it will be better because it's getting time. So Article 51A imposes the fundamental duties to the citizens, like respecting the national anthem, protecting the environment, and free and compulsory education to the child. It's also right to the child, is it not? free and compulsory education. That is the 11th duty adopted subsequent. Firstly, actually, there were only so-called 10 rights, right? Sorry, duties. Then, duty is roughly speaking an act which one ought to do, and if he doesn't do it, he is liable for punishment. Right? There are primary duties, secondary duties, positive duties, negative duties, absolute duties, and relative duties. Please remember, rights also not it. A simple example I will give you. You go to the market, today is Sunday. You go to the market for purchasing some fish, chicken or mutton, because Sunday is a holiday, we want to enjoy the day. Right? See, there is fish in the fish market with a certain A. If you pay the money and get the fish, you have got the so-called proprietary right. And his right is transferable right. That right is transferred to you. You come home, you give it to your wife, and your wife keeps some fish in the fridge and make others as a beautiful curry, and you will enjoy it. That is extinguishment right. You can extinguish it. The other portion, you can sell it to some other also. That is transferable right. So, different types of duties are there. Rights are there. Coming to the part of duties. Moral duties, not enforceable. And definitely, you have got legal duty also. The law says you have to do it. For example, in the MV Act, if any accident takes place, then you have to inform the nearest police station. You have to wait till the arrival of the police, as per the Road Traffic Accidents Act and also MV Act. Suppose if the person is injured, then it is your duty to shift him to the nearest hospital. And I told you the very famous case of Katara, Paramananda Katara, where the so-called hospitals, they should give first aid without any money. And they should not harass the people by saying that it is a medical legal case. You go and call the police. Likewise, they should not harass the good Samaritans. Right? So, rights and duties, they are correlative. Wherever there is a right, definitely supported by a duty. Rights and duties. So, definitely you can enjoy the rights. At the same time, you have to perform the duties. With this small introduction, I told you the very case of Central Bank of India versus SC/ST Welfare SC/ST Employees Welfare Association. There, Article 15 and 16 they are discussed. Yes, at the time of appointment, there will be reservation for SCs and STs. But at the time of promotion, you can't expect that once again reservation in promotion is not accepted. It is not the test of reasonability will not be applied in the particular aspect. So here the SC/ST employees, they claimed that yes, there should be rule of reservation even in promotions. Not accepted. Even though that is a right, it is not accepted. So please remember, different types of rights will be there. So please go through the notes or some books, and definitely you will be enriched with the so-called conceptual jurisprudence. What are concepts? Unless you know what is so-called right, what is a duty, what will be done if you don't follow the duty, what will be done if the right is violated. All these things you have to know very well. So for that purpose only I am making this video. Of course it takes long time to explain the same, but just I have given the touchings. So please read the notes or some books, textbooks, and enrich your legal knowledge. With this I am concluding. Thank you very much.